Basically, I got a phone call, from one of my daughter's closest friends that knew that I had a relationship with physicians who wanted to know if I knew a good doctor that I would recommend her to because she was having some issues. And of course I did, and I called and got her an appointment. And while I was talking to the doctor, I said, because the little girl told me that she had been having some issues, and she realized that morning she had a little blood in her stool. And so while I was talking to the doctor, and because I knew that doctor's schedule that day, she had clinic. Mm-hmm. And I said, you can get her in today because you're in clinic. And she said that she would. And I said, and she said, I'll go ahead and order some GI for her. And me being 53 years old, I said, why don't you go ahead and set me up as well? And she said she would, and she did. Well, it turns out the little girl had hemorrhoids. And I kept my appointment, and I had, of course, the high-grade lesion that was cancerous. That I did not know of any symptoms, and now thinking about it, I probably did, because prior to doctor's appointments, I'm really good about preventive maintenance and my annual checkup. Any problems. I had mentioned that I'd had problems with hemorrhoids, and of course I had the hemorrhoid check. But for precaution, we did the quiet cards, and of course they came back negative. That there was no issues, and so when I had any issues or did see, sometimes he confirmed that you have hemorrhoids, and I use the creams and stuff for hemorrhoids, and so occasionally I would have wiping. I'd have some bloody stool or blood stool. So I think, yes, I did, and not realizing because I was being treated for hemorrhoids. But did I ever feel bad in any way? Or no, did not. And we made the appointment to see the doctor. He explained that the lesion, that he had taken out, it was cancerous, and that he felt pretty sure that he had gotten in the GI procedure, in the colonoscopy, but he recommended that I have a colon resection. And that's why we go to the doctor. So he also reassured me that well, basically, the comment that I'll never forget is I wanted to do the surgery right away. And he said, you can get things in order, there's no real rush, because the kind of lesion we found on you is why we do the test. And that was very comforting. He said, this is when we do the screens, this is why we do them. And the reality doesn't come in until, after the surgery and everything is good. And of course, I had the surgery, had made an appointment with oncology, because you don't know. They took about a 8-9 inch section of my colon out. It was very low, and sent it to pathology, so you still don't know what the outcome's going to be. But I was blessed that it was contained only in the section that they had taken out. I had no lymph node activity, and I didn't have to have any follow-up treatment. So basically what I tell people, and my testimony is, having the screen done saved me a lot of, saved my life. A lot of heartache, a lot of pain because I did not have any any problems or issues before. And what I've learned is that by the time you do have issues and problems, it's already in late stages. Anyone with, if I get the opportunity, I encourage people, and I really, the main focus and the main thing that I do here is there's a wild myth and a phobia about the PrEP, and be honest with you, that was probably some of my hesitation as well. Was going through the PrEP, and then no one wants to admit that they have anything wrong with them, and going for the screening gives you the opportunity to know. And in my case, it was a good no.